Hello, welcome to the House of the Spirits. Welcome home. This reading today is about the full moon in Cancer that is coming tomorrow on the 13th of January. It's the first full moon of the new year, so I'm very excited and curious about this next lunation, lunar cycle. So let's see. First pile, we have Libra, Virgo, Pisces, and Taurus. Your card is Sekhmet, with anger and rage. On the second pile, we have Scorpio, Cancer, Capricorn, and Sagittarius. And your card is Uzume, with laughter. Second pile, we have Leo, Aries, Aquarius, and Gemini. Your card is Pachamama, with healing and holing, and also holy. Okay, I will give you a moment for you to choose your pile with your intuition, your chosen card, or your zodiac sign. I will see you in your pile. Pile number one, your card is Sekhmet, and it is about the expression of your anger and what is it that you're possibly bottling down in your wherever it is on your body. You can also probably meditate about that. Like if you feel anger, where is it in your body and what comes to mind when you engage with that feeling. Also, an interesting part of the story of Sekhmet is that she became intoxicated with pomegranate juice and beer because she mistook it for blood, because she was bloodthirsty and in a rage fit. And I'm also thinking about, like, if you are numbing yourself with something like a habit, like food or drink or something else, maybe like a routine or something that you do that is kind of stopping you from using your anger in a more constructive way. It's just a thought. Okay, so let's see, what else do we have about this full moon? What is the message of the full moon for you? We have Horus and Obelisk. Okay. Okay, so right away I'm feeling like there's something about how you present yourself and how you communicate about who you are that is getting a recognition of sorts, and that maybe it kind of starts with anger, but it turns into something else. There's this charisma, there's this authority figure. Let's see. What is this about? What is this full moon about? I don't feel like I should take any more for a pile. Oh, okay. Do we have One more. Okay. We have Masters with deepest fears, bravery, temperance, selflessness. Like facing someone or facing a fear. Negotiation with Jupiter in Libra. Maybe like this you can see all the cards. Yeah. Romance with Venus in Taurus. And the moon in Sagittarius with optimism. Maybe you win in a battle. There's a battle, but it's not a violent, like aggressive battle, or although there is a certain aggression, but it's not a violent, like physical or very turbulent battle. I feel like it's more like an exchange, and the way you go about it is very charismatic, and it really turns up the volume in the communication and the presentation of you. And I think it's because you trigger something in someone else, because I am very excited and optimistic. I feel like there's a sweetness, there's positivity in your attitude. So maybe you are trying to appease this anger by being the channel in which that anger kind of plays out and also resolves into a great result for everyone, and a very, like, an optimistic view on the outcome of a negotiation. And I see negotiation and romance as this give and take, this confrontation with the other in a way that is good for everyone. And for I feel like there's more than one person here. So it's like there's the relationship between two people, or a negotiation between two different sides, and that everyone is watching. There's a broadcast of the opinions, of the arguments, but it's like there are two sides to this that are facing each other and that are trying to kind of hash out what is, and triggering each other, but it's actually positive because it makes everyone also enact their own fears and understand. It's like going to the movies and seeing the emotions play out in the actors' lives, and in the characters, and in the not in the actors' lives, in the actors' bodies, and the facial expressions, and in the storyline. So like watching a movie, it's very interesting. Somebody's watching you like they're watching a movie, and I feel like it's a collective energy, but it's a positive. I think you're giving out a very positive message and a very positive energy, because people see you as charismatic and as a positive, a force for good. Positive influence on a conflict, maybe. Okay, so what else do we have for this new lunar cycle? Wow. The Wheel of Fortune. I just keep hearing and seeing something about communication and just like there's this eccentric movement. So from this very small circle, very small center, it kind of gains momentum and starts touching a lot of people suddenly. So this full moon is kind of expanding your communication circle, I think, and also expanding a message. The Hermit. It's your own, it's like your message is your inner guidance. It's your life experience. There's something about your life experience that is also deeply felt about it's also deeply felt by a larger group of people. That's how I'm feeling this here. The Knight of Cups. I feel like you're touching people's hearts. That's why it's so romantic, because I feel like people see like it's lyrical, like it's poetry. Do you write poetry maybe, or the way there's something poetic about how you present yourself that is touching people's hearts? Maybe it's something online, maybe it's something that you said online or that you are expressing or showing. The Lovers. But there's another part of this. There's another person or another entity that is facing you and that is kind of trying you. Yeah. Justice. Wow, there's a lot of major arcana. I feel like this is a matter that is very important to a large group of people. It might influence the lives of many people. What you're saying or what you represent. Okay, all these cards came out together. Okay. 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Swords. I feel like that's what I was feeling in the beginning with the pomegranate with juice with the beer. I feel like there's the danger of kind of overdoing things, maybe being very compulsive, and yeah, the King of Cups and the Three of Swords. Yeah, I feel like if you overdo it, you might hurt someone's feelings. You might hurt someone else. I don't feel like it's going to hurt you. It's just hurtful for someone else. And if you overdo the message, if it's coming from a darker place, which I don't think it is. No. Okay, so if you just it's like knowing when to stop. The 10 of Swords and the 10 of Pentacles to me is knowing when to stop, knowing when to kind of cash in, Like you're in the casino, you're playing and you're winning. So know when to retrieve the money and go, because if you keep betting, you will lose it all. That's what I'm feeling. It's like the turning of the wheel can also turn backwards very fast. So if you don't want that to happen, you need to know when to stop. And Seven of Pentacles, yeah, to be more cautious, to be more to restrict yourself in a way, to learn how to harness the energy without overexerting yourself. I'm also getting that if you continue on this path, you will also be gaining from the reputation of someone. So it's very important that you understand the implications around this person. That you understand the context. But I think that the main takeaway from this is that your energy is going to be very much expanded in this full moon. It's going to be very intensified. And whatever you say, it's like whatever you say it's kind of has very deep consequences, because it's broadcasted so broadly, and you have to be very mindful and to leave the path open, like for optimism and growth. The moon in Sagittarius, so this would be the feeling that this moon is going to have for you. And because it's Cancer, I feel like there's a probability of kind of magnifying the emotions of other people as you expand, as you rise up, and as you communicate more broadly who you are. And it's a very, very auspicious time for that. You have the fortune, the wheel of fortune. And with the Hermit, I feel like it really comes from a very deep place from you. It comes from a truthful place. We have the Justice card here. There's truth here, but it's the way, it's like the overdoing it that might ruin the energy for you, or that might, it's not ruin the energy, it's just exhaust you, possibly, or to diminish your gains. It's like you gain more from doing just enough, not from doing more. And it's not from doing less also, because I feel like you really need to be present and you need to be engaged. There's this need for this broadcast and this communication. It's like you need to express. There's a need for expression, to the use of anger, the use of this energy that is coming from a deep-seated need, from a very primal source. It's the overexertion, so the overuse, that might exhaust you. So using those resources very wisely, using like online platforms or just communications very wisely, so that you can smooth the edges while you are doing. So learning while you are doing, also while you're going on your path. And keeping in mind that if you touch people's emotions, and if you are sweet and kind and gentle, you will achieve much more. and you will also enjoy the benefits of a good reputation or someone else's good reputation also that might want to be someone that might want to be by your side, because Horus is also like a friendship of a powerful person. It can be that. And Obelisk is also about authority or the expression of authority. It might be a little bit overbearing sometimes. It might be overdone. I feel like there's this need to keep the options open for other people also, not only for yourself. If you are in this kind of romantic negotiation, let's say, I feel like there's a very spiritual feeling to this also, to this. It's like a very deep belief that kind of triggers very primal or primordial fears. It can trigger the fears, but by healing those, you have this well of energy that you can use for in a constructive, productive way. The Three of Cups. Wow. And the Sun. Yeah, I think that you're going to continue to have this joyful exchange, and you are going to have good people on your side. You're going to have help. I don't know what you are trying to achieve, but whatever it is, and however this applies, I feel like this is more about your use of the energy, your use of the anger, of the things that make you feel fear or triggered in any way, and transmuting that into a broader, the broader scope of things. So for mankind, for having this very generous Jupiter in Jupiter in Libra, this very generous approach when dealing with other people is going to help you so much. And I really feel like you're working on your social circle, on the people you want by your side, and your allies, and who you are building a bond with. The Fool. The Knave of Wands, or the Page of Wands, and the Seven of Swords. Okay. So this for me is just a warning. This is the warning for you that being too naive or too clueless about things can be risky, but at the same time, it's telling you that you have protection. There's something that you don't see that is protecting you. And I feel like it's a good friend, and possibly it's someone who will also contact you during this full moon, or that you're going to get news from that person. The Ace of Wands. So possibly someone who is aware of you and that you're not aware of them. And that person might be taking the initiative to contact you about something, but it's yet a mystery. I don't think we're supposed to know just yet. So it's just something that is in the workings, let's say. But you're shining a light, and I think that the purpose is for you to continue to do that, to represent continue to represent something, to be the face of something, to be the symbol of something. Working with symbols also might be very important for you, or to understand the symbols that you are using very well. So this is a completely different section of the reading for me, because I'm getting this download that I need to say right now. I need to speak to you about that. If you are working with some sort of magical practice, spiritual practice that uses symbols in written form specifically, but it can be different kinds of symbols like sculptures, little pieces of something, that you should be very mindful of what you're doing. So it's like a warning that maybe there's more than meets the eye, and there's more to what you are doing. And the more you are aware of what you're doing, the more powerful it will be. And also the more truthful, because there's the risk of, if you're working with symbols, that you might be deceived, or that you might make a mistake that you will regret. But it's not something that I see as being very drastic. It's just that you're not completely aware of the total symbolic power of what you are doing. So this is a very specific information for those of you who are working with some sort of symbolic magic. And I'm seeing like sigils or something that you're writing. It can be the written word also, just words. So if you're doing work with like setting intentions, or setting intentions, writing things down, like using the power of the symbol and the words. It's very specific for some of you. So this full moon, it is about expanding your communication of yourself, what you're doing, whatever, if it is a project, or maybe something you represent, and or something that you want to stand for, take a stand. And it is about the expansion of that broadcast power, let's say, the intensifying of the broadcast power, and hashing out ideas and feelings with people in the public space, and keeping things positive and open, so that you can also discover solutions together, touching the hearts of people, getting people together, uniting, making new friends also. There's a lot working for you that you're not aware of yet. And although there are also dangers that you need to be careful, I would say that overexertion and exhaustion would be the biggest, let's say, mistake that will come out of this. But if you focus on this heart-centered energy, that won't happen. Beautiful reading. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Pile number 2, your card is Uzume. And the key word is laughter. Uzume is about facing hard challenges with humor. It allows us to relax and see things in a different way. Find solutions, finding unusual solutions, finding solutions that are very exotic and maybe even comical. So let's see what this full moon has for you. Pile number 2. Okay. What does this full moon in Cancer have for, wow, pile number 2. Okay, so we have travel with seasickness, being lost, disorientation, and release. So maybe traveling is on the cards. Meetings. Gaining a lot of money. And court. Okay, so we have organization with Mercury in Capricorn. Flirtation with Venus in Sagittarius. Manipulation with Jupiter in Scorpio. And principle with Jupiter in Sagittarius. Okay. There's a lot here. There's a lot of different directions that this could go. Maybe this is also why you're kind of feeling lost, because maybe there's a lot of options, or maybe there's a possibility it's like there's the possibility of things kind of being lost in a way, being confused, delayed maybe. I feel like there's a little bit of a two-faced energy here. I feel like there's someone who is kind of leading you on, possibly telling you that, yeah, things are okay, it's fine, everything's fine, don't worry. But it's actually something is being done in the background that needs to be solved, and it's a problem, it's an issue, and it might take some time. And people might be kind of leading you on. And maybe if you are more lighthearted about things and you are kind of jovial or like making fun of the whole situation, possibly that's going to help. That's going to help you see the truth about something. It's not going to make things go, I don't think it's going to change the way things will go, but it will change the need for manipulation. It will make you see the truth as it is, and not, because it's not, possibly it's not ideal, because the things are still confused. So, 4 of Pentacles. Someone is kind of withholding something. That's how I'm feeling this. And the Sun. Yeah, I think that you need to relax and laugh about it, and once you do that, the truth comes out. The truth about something. That there's a key, something that's key, something that is the most important concept here that needs to be addressed. It's like the revelation, truth and revelation that comes from this, and this not withholding anything anymore. 10 of Wands. Nine of Wands. Knight of Wands. Wow, there's a lot of wands here. The Moon. This specific deck has 2 moons. We have 2 moons. And this is the full moon in Cancer. So to me, this is 2 different things. This is like turbo moon, like turbo powering the moon. But also, it's telling me that 1 more moon or 2 more moons need to be, 2 more moon cycles need to go so that you can see the results and the moving forward. Because I feel like there's a lot to do in the background yet, and there's a lot to there's like paperwork. I feel like there's the court here. You have the court, and to me this is kind of creating a kind of a drag effect on this gaining a lot of money. So it's this moment of fortune that may be a little bit stalling and delayed, and there's this need to meet with other people who are maybe the gatekeeping some information. And if you laugh about it, and if you are kind of ridiculous and lighthearted, I feel like it will tell you the truth. And maybe it will release you of the burden that you're carrying right now, of kind of being like expecting something that is not happening, or like being lost and disoriented because you think that the rules of the game are these, and actually they're not. They're different. There's a key piece of information that you need to know, and it's kind of being hidden from you because maybe people are afraid of making you angry. That's so interesting. The High Priestess. Once again, these are the High Priestess and 2 moons. Wow, so much here that's in the background, that's in the shadows, that your intuition is calling you towards something. You know you're being manipulated. Possibly you can't, or you feel like you're being manipulated. The 8 of Pentacles. And the Ace of Cups. Nine of Pentacles. The Wheel of Fortune. It's just the passage of time. You need to kind of endure the passing of time. And the idea is that you keep working on something that's very important for you, something that's very valuable, that's kind of the main thing for you. And you will retrieve, you will gain what you are entitled to and what you deserve. Oh, there's also something about someone representing you in a legal battle. And in or either this moon is going to intensify that struggle, or in 2 moons. So you have this one and you have the next one. So yeah, I would say that this is not the next two. It's just the following. So the one that's tomorrow, and then another one. So the next full moon is going to come on the 12th of February. So between this full moon and the next, you will be planting the seeds for an amazing win for you in the material realm. So possibly related to your career. There's a really good spirit and feeling to this. There's it's like building proper skills, and it's also deepening your connection to spirit. But I find it really interesting that there's a lot of layers to this. It's like there's a lot of things happening in this next lunation for you, and there's still this energy of someone kind of hiding something from you, wanting to change your mood. I think that it's someone that wants to change your mood. It's not someone that wants to change the outcome of something. I feel like it's more someone who can't really deal with the real emotions of the struggle. So they're not being quite honest with you, possibly. And if you have something legal going on, you have someone representing you that is going to do a lot of things without you knowing or needing to know. There's a lot happening, I feel like, in the background, changing things, changing the outlook, making things softer for you. I also see there's a bit of a change in the mood. So I feel like between this full moon and the next full moon, you need to focus more on the spiritual realm, because it's like the material realm is going to happen either way. And the material achievement, that's what I meant. Material achievement is going to happen. It's destined. It's something that you are going to get. It's destined for you. It's just for you. And now it would be a good time for you to focus more on your spiritual growth, on your relationship to the divine. working on your relationship to the divine and with the divine, disconnecting from the issues, having a laugh, relaxing your body, relaxing different parts of your body, also being more comfortable in your body. So maybe if you practice something that's really, it feels really good in your body, if it's stretching or if it's like being in water, because you have all this watery environment here. So being in water, being near water, or being in damp places might be really good for your breath, for your body. Like going to the pool, having a swim, something like that. It can be healing and therapeutic also. There's a lot happening for you in this next lunation. So between the 13th of January and 12th of February, there's a big change here. I feel like there's this gap here that you can fill with spirit and not really worry too much about your material achievements, because I feel like they're destined. Someone is working in the shadows, and if you relax, it will be easier for you to deal with those challenges that might come. I feel like you have help from someone that really wants to kind of unburden you and wants you to work more on yourself or on your projects, to focus more on what you want to do. If it's not a specific person, it might be it might be an organization that can help you, that can take care of things. So it might help you relax. I feel like you get help if you want to. It's also the case that there might be some people in a subject that might involve legal issues that might be withholding information. And I just see you like dealing with that person, laughing about something or making a joke about something, or just really talking about something else, and that person kind of relaxes more. You also they sense that you relax, and that person says something to your face that you were kind of expecting to know but you didn't know yet, and it's the missing piece that kind of helps you transition into this more spiritual period, let's say, because this is a time frame. This is very, to me, this is a really well-defined time frame. And it's also important to note that between the January 13th and February the 12th, connection to the spiritual realm for you will be like magnified and intensified. It's going to be very easy for you. There's also the water here. I forgot that. Yeah. Seasickness, but being in the water, like this boat here, release. This release of energy, this release of stuck energy. So if you can, take advantage of this time period, this window for you, because it's so powerful. It's specifically powerful for you, for this group pile number 2. I feel like it's almost like custom designed for you to move forward with something, but it's something that is like so precious and personal. It's not the more like mundane paperwork or bureaucracy. It's just much more intimate, but it's connected to the divine. So I don't know, whatever makes you feel like you have that click, that connection, that spark with the divine, with the spiritual realm, with your own spirituality, making peace with your life, with the world, with the universe, with God. This is the time frame. This is the best time frame for that. I feel like it's immensely healing. It's also I feel like possibly there's also closure of something karmic here. It's a very magical time. It's interesting that I also got something like this from pile number 1, that if I feel like there's magic in the air between, specifically now that I see this reading, between this full moon and the next, there's a really intense magical opportunity. And if you are connecting to spirit in a very pure way and your heart is in the right place, your body is relaxed and aligned, I feel like it's going to build up so much skill and confidence for you. And it's like trust. There's this complete trust in the divine plan. If you do this, if you listen to this message that's coming from the divine, I feel like you have to open yourself, working on your body, working on your spirit and on your emotional state and your mind, to receive this message that's kind of wanting to come forward for you, specifically for you, just for you. So yeah, be very open, yeah, also being open-minded about what is happening between these two moons, because I think you're going to really enjoy yourself if you're really relaxed and open-minded. Beautiful reading. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Pile number 3. Your card is Pachamama, and the keywords are healing, holding, and holy. So Pachamama is about connecting to nature, to natural forces, to the earth. It's a bit like Gaia. And to become connected to the earth is to become a part of a whole. So it's also a metaphor and a very transformative process for ourselves as we also become whole and integrate ourselves with the wider forces that surround us. Okay, so this full moon in Cancer, what does it mean for pile number 3? What does it bring? Okay. We have the arrow, truth as protection. Interesting. Appreciation with the moon in Leo. Inspiration with Mercury in Pisces. Criticism with Mars in Virgo. Caution with Mercury in Virgo. Interesting. So, exaltation with the moon in Taurus. Moon in Taurus and moon in Leo. Immediately I heard something like the truth hurts. So using the truth to inspire, to show appreciation. more so than using it to overanalyze and to kind of stop things. So having the right aim, shooting at the right target. There's something here about sharpening your mind. Okay, let's see what the tarot has to say. What is the message of the full moon? For pile number 3. 8 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, and the 10 of Cups. Very interesting. There's something about making the right judgment here from related to a specific situation. I also see that you might need to be careful with the ideas that you are kind of nurturing. There's something about how your mind works. The King of Wands, Justice, Judgment. Justice and Judgment. I really feel like this is about your mind, how your mind works, what you think is fair, what you think is unfair. There's this judgmental energy, this judging, pointing the finger. Death card. And the Wheel of Fortune. That's change. I feel like you're changing your mind abruptly about something during this full moon, and it will serve as the purpose it serves is so that you heal from something, so that you get something back, or that you get something. So I think that right away the most important message that I get from this is that you will change your mind. Something on this full moon is going to make you change your mind drastically. And I think you're going from being kind of sad about something, or that you lost a grip on something, towards, it's like I was right all along. My suspicions were correct. I'm also seeing something here about not caring about what other people think of you. Like surviving criticism, or just being unaware of it, or just not giving it any importance. Because there's the caution. see this person as it's like you, and these are like the ideas or the gossip or the people who are barking, let's say, jumping, barking, speaking to each other, gossiping, and you're like, I pay no mind to this. This doesn't matter. This has no importance. I will only allow the things that fill up my sense of belonging, my sense of peace and abundance to enter my sphere. It's like closing this sphere around you that makes you whole. But there's this turnaround, there's this change that's very interesting. Let me just get some more information about this. What is this healing about specifically? Wow, healing, yeah, strength. Getting your strength back, not giving it to things or to people who just point the finger, criticize, who bring you down. It's like searching for inspiration in the right places, getting that inspiration from the right places, and also creating this clear divide between yourself and the energies that want you to fail or to bring you down. What is this turnaround? What is this turnaround about? The Seven of Cups, Two of Swords, the Knight of Cups. Okay, this great change, sudden change. The Emperor. And the Six of Pentacles. Wow. There's something about a big power coming through in your life, or you are becoming a great powerhouse. It's like you are becoming larger, becoming someone who can give, who can also give, becoming generous. I feel like there's this clear distinction during this full moon between what came before that was kind of confusing and paying too much attention to things that were demotivating you, like bringing you down, people who were bringing you down. And now you have this moment where you kind of decide, you decide something, you choose something, although they are both blindfolded. I feel like there's sort of a crossroads here for you. Decision time, that's what I'm feeling here. You decide to not pay attention, to not see. And I feel like there's someone coming towards you with an offer. There's someone coming towards you with abundance. It can be an authority figure. I feel like someone is going to make a very harsh, straightforward, like a stark, bold decision, but it's going to be very beneficial to you. It's like a lucky break that's going to complete a situation also, possibly a karmic situation that comes to a close here, And but it's interesting that I feel like it's during the full moon. It's while it's still really big in the sky. So if it's not tomorrow, it might be very, very soon. Can we get some timing here? Because it's such a drastic change. The Hanged Man. I think that the timing, it's like the timing is not really important, but it's like now. So maybe, are you aware of this? I don't think you are quite as aware of this as, because it's showing like a bit of a very strong energy, but are you expecting it? Are you? I don't think you are. Seven of Swords. Maybe you thought this, oh, so you thought this was a lost cause. Maybe you thought like, okay, it's done. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing else I can do. I just have to kind of be peaceful about this resolution. And something happens that changes everything. It's a decision that someone is making that is changing your circumstances. And I think it's about your material. I feel like it's about your material possessions, or it's something about your possibilities, the possibilities of working with matter to create abundance for yourself, to create, oh, maybe it's a different project that you're going to start, or you're going to see like different avenues, different opportunities. Someone is coming to you with an opportunity and making you see things in a completely different way. And it's very positive. It's very generous. It's like a generous offer. You're getting a generous offer, a generous proposal. Generous. What is it related to? The King of Swords. I feel like it's something innovative, it's something new, it's something original. It's like a new idea, or someone who really wants you for their project. Like, I was thinking of someone just like you for this project. And maybe you have to change your life and kind of adapt suddenly to a different reality, routine, maybe a different place. I don't see so much relocation, but I see a complete change in your circumstances, a complete change, like a turnaround, a great turnaround in relation to something that you thought that was lost, that had no hope. And it's something that you tried to speak about previously. I think you worked on it. So be aware of the opportunities that might come up in this full moon. I think that they will make themselves very apparent. They won't be very subtle at all. It will be like a change. Something presents itself to you. And also be very mindful of what you say, because if you're I feel like if you're very precise and just and specific about how you communicate, it's something that will also protect you from harm. So whenever you are analyzing like the written word in contracts, or if you are analyzing a situation or a person, to be precise, to have the right words to describe, to have the right ideas, to have this intellectual effort to clearly define what you are doing. is going to help you. It's going to connect you to the source of this generosity, to the source of this power that I see that you are now connecting with. It's connecting with the whole. It's like connecting with the source of power, with the roots of something, going to the beginning, going to the person who makes the decisions, the powerful person. The emperor and the king of swords. This is the person who is the authority and the decision maker. He's the one who makes or breaks a project. So I think maybe you'll have the opportunity to show your project to a person who is in this position of authority, and it's a very important moment. And if you, I feel like if you're spontaneous and you are if you are appreciative, if you enjoy the process, if you communicate how you enjoy the process and transmit that feeling, I think that you will get people on board with whatever you are doing. If you want to convince someone of something, this is the opportunity that you have. And also, this full moon might be the right time to make a very strong decision and to take a stand about something, and to clearly define what you consider can be in your sphere and what you want to keep out. So having this strong boundaries to make your take a stand and make your sphere very solid and whole. It's like having a strong immune system, a strong membrane around your core, like the earth has the core and then has all these layers that protect the core, and they each have their own point, their own purpose. And I also feel like there's this precision that's needed so that you can enjoy. It's really strange. It's like having this very strong, very, very defined set of ideas so that you can improvise. It's like having a very strong discipline so that you can use your free time. Okay, really powerful closure coming in this full moon for you. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye.